And then that will pop up here, and I will pull up that link.
We're back, guys. My computer was just all like, I don't know. I've never in my life seen that. It was like, it just said, everything went black. After it froze for a few seconds, everything went black. Computer was like, due to an unknown error, we have to restart the computer. I was like, huh? It said that in like 5 different languages. I was about to take a picture of it. I like had my phone up. I was like, Alpha's never gonna believe this. So I like pulled up my phone. I'm like, all right, let me take a picture of this. And then the message went away, and it just showed the Apple logo loading. And I'm just like, oh, this is ridiculous. So, I guess we could wait a couple of seconds for anyone to show up again, just in case.
Is it on Twitch and YouTube?
Should be. Unless that's not working either now.
I don't think it's on YouTube. I don't see it popping up and let me know.
Let's see here. Whoa. Yeah, we're live right now, I think.
Is it on the same exact? No,
Let's just go to my channel and
there we go. Okay, yeah. No, it's up now. Okay.
Yeah, there's like a 20-30 second delay, I think.
There it goes.
So, that was stupid. That was so stupid.
Go stupid. Go crazy.
Stupid, Adrian. Well, while I'm opening up the internet to get back to look at the comments, is anybody back in?
I see Codnix, Tamale, and OB's Robert back.
Cool. Yep, that's reopening the program. Yeah, guys, I don't know what happened there. It's just like, what a bad sign. It's kind of funny. Just computer was like, halt! We must restart due to an unknown error. I was just sitting there. I was like, what? And I pulled my phone out to Skype you, Alpha, and be like, dude, my computer's restart. And I sent it, and it wasn't even sending the message. It was like, spinning. I was like, I thought it was a problem with my computer, not the internet. And eventually sent it. I was just like, what a day. Alright.
Oi.
Is we lives again? Yes, we's lives again.
Let me get centered.
Whoa, whoa, Firefox ain't working. Whoa, 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 whoa. Computer's like, derp, derp, derp. Like, because I'm trying to open up Firefox to look at the comments again, and it's probably like freezing up, being like, "You can't do it, all these things at the same time." The last time you opened Firefox, it was force quit while reopening Windows. Do you want to try to reopen this Windows again? I don't know. What Windows? Don't reopen. I don't know. I can't open up the... There we go. Okay. All right.
I don't think we have anyone watching right now.
Everybody's done with us. Video recording problem. Call recorder. Video recording problem. What's the problem? Call recorder. Is it the fact that everyone has failed me? It says it's still going, so yeah. Whatever. Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody out there? Call recorder, what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me, call recorder? Say something.
Check 1 2.
Yeah. All right. Are we back? Anybody there?
I don't see
Yes,
anybody.
code Nix, we still there. and we're still.
That was, I think that was before we started recording this.
Everybody gave
Yeah,
me
I think they were.
points.
Yeah, everybody was like, "What?"
It's like, this is so unprofessional. I am leaving. Good day. I said good day, sir. So
We apologize, guys. Stuff happens.
welcome to part 2.
Mm-hmm.
We're only gonna run for a little bit longer anyway.
Yeah.
I can't even tell how one watching. Only one person's watching. Is that me?
I think it's us, yeah. Which we can definitely go ahead and.
Yeah, why don't we
up?
just continue and where we left off, and anybody could jump back again, and it's just so weird that even happened. I don't get it.
I know.
Whatever. Well, it'll be on here. People will be like, "Oh, there's a part 2," and then it'll just start off with me like this. Well, that's the intermission, folks. The unintentional intermissional. Anyway, about Sans and Smash, as you were saying.
I would like him because of Megalovania. That would be really cool. And I saw someone, Tamale said, if they make him look good and pop up 2D plane, I'd take Sans. I think he would need to be 2D as well. I think that's Game & Watch's thing. And that's because that's all they had at the time. So I feel like he would need to be 3D. That's just my thing. But Megalovania would be a killer remix. So I wouldn't mind him.
What's Megalovania?
His theme, the that plays when you fight him.
Oh,
you've never heard Megalovania?
I never played Undertale. I've probably heard.
That, yeah.
I know he talks like this. There's an echo on Alpha side. Really?
Is this better? Hello? Hello? Where I record, there is a bit of an echo, so that might be part of it.
Let me see something. I don't know why that would be the case.
Yeah. But hey, welcome back, Rob.
Kind of works when he sings Megalomania. Well, at least Obese Rob returned. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't know what happened there. The computer was just like...
Stop right there.
Stop! I shall reset on you!
No.
No, there was nothing I could do.
Die, potato. No! ASCM.
Well, anybody who doesn't return will see that there's a part 2.
Yeah.
There's a part 2? I thought it didn't end.
And I forget who asked it, but someone asked who we thought our most wanted, least likely characters are.
Most wanted, least likely?
Yeah.
Shantae?
Very true.
At least the first fighter pass, because
Yeah.
I think that she's not going to be there. It gave me the perfect time for bathroom break. I had to use the bathroom too, but I was too focused on trying to get everything set back up that I was just like, just stream it.
Just stream it.
Just stream it.
Ow, just stream it.
Your computer just don't want to stream it. Stream it.
Neku would be cool, honestly. I feel like he could have really cool rhythm and music-based moveset.
Goku?
Neku from The World Ends With You.
I know, but I'm thinking Goku? He's very least likely.
He's musical Goku! Not really, but...
If I were to pick 4 least likelies, that would be my top picks out of least likelies. Probably Marina Light Years. Doi. She's never gonna be in. So yeah, she's my top. Marina Light Years. At least for first fighter pass, I think Shantae and Gino. But personally, see, I would like to see Gino, but he wasn't one of my big wants. I was just more so into seeing who he was, and I thought he'd be a cool character. But if I'm now choosing 4 characters that I think will never get in, I think Gino has a chance to get in because Nintendo knows people want him. It's just a matter of doing something about it. There are characters who will never get in. So, Marina Light Years, because it's my pick. Um, 3 others. I guess I could say Goku only because he's like a never ever. And if I could pick a never ever, I'd be like, okay, cool. It'd be cool to have a Dragon Ball related assist trophy too. I don't know, like Piccolo or Vegeta or something. Skull Kid. Yeah, but I'm thinking like really least likelies, like characters that. So let's. How about instead of least likelies, we talk about never evers.
Okay.
While replaying The World Ends With You, I just kept thinking this character needs to be in Ultimate. I have not played The World Ends With You, but if the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3 is going where I think it's going, then I might need to play The World Ends With You. Gino is the one character Square Enix has ever said no to. Sakurai says Square Enix is usually very compliant, but whenever he tries to get Gino, they just say no. What? When was that confirmed? Where was that stated? That's interesting. Why would they say no?
Yeah. I mean,
the world's most stingiest company competition, Disney versus Square Enix. I don't know how they got together to make Kingdom Hearts when they don't want to.
That's the truth, man. Yeah.
That's like weird.
Yeah. But you saw the beautiful love child that it made, but it's just. What's over in Smash?
See the love you can have when you see the amazing content you can make when you just collaborate.
Exactly.
They're like, no, we don't see. We don't see. Yeah, I don't understand how Kingdom Hearts came about. That's a perfect example of the success of collaborating, and they're like, no more, never, ever again.
Yeah. So this shouldn't work, but it does.
But I'm curious to see where Square Enix actually said no, because I've never heard that before.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of assumed that they just didn't want him because he wouldn't really make them that much money, supposedly. I mean,
is that in reference to Brawl or Smash 4?
That might be.
Or because I feel like I could see that in Brawl, where it was really only at the time Sega with Sonic and I guess Snake with Konami. So the idea of Smash collaborating wasn't as or crossing over wasn't as big as it is now. Now it's become like a gaming crossover as opposed to like a Nintendo crossover with a couple of third parties. So I could see it now, but I mean I could see Square Enix outright saying no to Gino with a past.
And I feel like they obviously would have said no to him based on Cloud's popularity. They were like, oh yeah, we could definitely make him work. We could push him. But I feel like, I don't know. Gino would be cool, but I don't see him happening now.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And I hate it for the Gino fans.
It's unfortunate. I've never played Super Mario RPG, but I always thought Gino was a cool character. And even now more so, I'm like, he does really seem like he'd be cool to be in Smash. And the fact that Sakurai likes him too, I'm like, it'd just be nice to see him. Nomura and Sakurai were interviewed by Source Gaming, and Sakurai said they were very compliant.
Okay.
Compliant means working with?
Yeah, they complied with their demands and stuff easily, so.
Compliant in what? Final Fantasy?
I guess.
In a different interview, Sakurai said when adding the Geno costume that he wanted Geno in Brawl, but couldn't get the rights. That's what I thought, because I remember hearing something like that. But the Geno costume was not in Brawl, right? Mii Fighters was added
Oh no.
in the fourth game. So, I can because Geno costume. That makes more sense because I could see Square not wanting to cooperate back in the Brawl days, but we've kind of hit an era where crossing over with companies has become a lot more common. I mean, we even have Cloud now in Smash.
Yeah.
So I can see it being easier to get Geno playable now. Not saying easy to get him. I'm saying easier than it was back in the Brawl days. Mm-hmm. So there's still going to need to be some effort. But I also think that if Square was going to agree to that, they would probably want some other things in first. And so that's also why I think that if we get future fighter passes, Geno might have a chance because Nintendo or Sakura can be like, okay, we put Cloud and your Square Enix character. I mean, your Dragon Quest character, and now can we please have Geno, kind of thing, you know? Yeah. In which case, in a future Smash game, if those characters don't return, then it seems even less likely that Geno would be, because they'd be like, yeah, we'll give you Geno when you put those characters back in. Meanwhile, we don't want to give you these characters anyway, so good luck. Square Enix does have a laundry list of reasons to not add Geno. Why?
Yeah, I guess relevancy, obscurity.
I mean, look at Mr. Game & Watch. Relevancy,
very true. Which he is a first party, and he's basically that callback to what Nintendo was before Nintendo.
And Geno's not a callback to the days Nintendo and Square Enix worked together on an awesome RPG that I've never played, but that was like a big thing. And the game is somewhat relevant as they put it on for the first time ever in Europe recently, because they never had that game, I think, right? And then I think it was the SNES Classic was the first time they had access to it. Or
I think
maybe
you're
the
right,
eShop or something. So it is somewhat relevant. It's relevant more so now than it was back in the Brawl day. Because of that. So Super Mario RPG sold so poorly. It didn't release in Europe and was the point where Square Enix ditched Nintendo. But didn't Square Enix make it? Why would they? It's like, we made this game, but since it was poor, we're ditching you. It was your characters that were bad. Really? Don't give me that. Come on. Square Enix, you're run by a bunch of maroons. You're all a bunch of maroons. Now, I somewhat take that back, because I do like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
I take it back because I don't want to mock anyone, but I mean, come on, the incompetency of that train of thinking. Like, just, I don't understand the benefit of not complying to something that's in demand. Yeah. I mean, it's no work on their part. It's just saying yes. And, like, if Sakurai wants to do the work, Nintendo wants to do the work, it's no scratch off Square Enix's back, or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't cost them anything. If anything, they'd make money for people buying it, because we know people would buy it because it's Smash. Mm-hmm. So, it boggles the mind. Like, I don't understand the reasoning behind it. Mm-hmm. But then again, I don't understand the reasoning behind Sega when they don't let the Freedom Fighters or classic characters in the modern era. But I will always go to that until they prove me wrong, and they never will. So I will always call them out on that. No classic characters in modern Sonic? Why?
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, are you pretending that they all died? Like, what? Like,
hey, Max.
She's doing some things. That's okay. We're pretty much wrapped up at this point.
Yeah, but, we're wrapping up. Yeah. But my least likely, most wanted, of course, Shantae. I mean, I still think she's. I wish I hadn't hyped myself up so much, because now I keep thinking, I'm like, man, she probably isn't going to happen. I want her to happen, and I think she can happen. It's just, at this point,
I would
Just
say
I don't know.
Banjo-Kazooie, but I feel like they're not so much a least likely
Yeah,
anymore.
they're not unlikely anymore.
I'm not
I would.
saying that they're likely, but they're not likely. They're kind of like
Yeah.
on the fence at this point because it could go either way. It really just depends on the cards that get played at this point.
But yeah, Master Chief, because Banjo's a thing, I think Master Chief has like no shot. But I would love to see Master Chief, and because I think Crash has a really good chance and Spyro probably doesn't, I would love to see Spyro. I've always liked him more. I need to play his game when it comes out on the Switch officially. The Reignited Trilogy actually is officially announced on the Switch. I'll get it, and I feel like that might be an E3 thing, because it's basically confirmed at this point. And I would say Sora, but I feel like he's not the least likely character. So, since Namco is working with them, I would love to see Agumon. I I know
Cool.
Digimon's. Yeah, I think Agumon would be cool. So Agumon, Spyro, Shantae, and Master Chief. So,
You know what would be kind of neat if Agumon had a taunt where he de-digivolves into Koromon and then digivolves
Yeah.
back into Agumon again.
he just like yeah, and
Yeah,
then
it's
just
like,
do it right back.
and he's like, nah, and then he just turns back into Agumon again. Like,
That'd be cool.
but would his final smash be turning into Greymon? I guess that's probably the more iconic.
Yeah, I definitely think Greymon's more iconic than War Greymon. Plus, he's bigger and more intimidating looking. So,
There's War Greymon, or was it Metal Greymon?
yeah, that's right. Greymon, Metal Greymon, War Greymon.
Oh,
That's right.
War Greymon. War Greymon's more humanoid, but
And a lot smaller. He's a tiny boy. So,
if we're going with the show, Agumon can warp Digivolve into War Greymon. However, I still think Greymon is more iconic.
mm-hmm.
And if we're going with iconic for Smash,
Oh yeah.
if Agumon was playable, he would turn into Greymon and do like an attack. Pepper breath.
Yeah.
Pepper
I thought that'd be his neutral beat. Just pepper, and then Kirby like, Evo!
I think when Death Battle did the Agumon versus, or like the Greymon versus, or the Digimon versus Pokemon, I could be wrong, but I think Xander Mobius did a great. I think he voiced Agumon there. He's not the official voice actor.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But whoever did Agumon sounded very spot on. So I could see them using
Him again.
yeah Xander Mobius to do Agumon and Greymon. Because in the games themselves, I don't know this for sure, but in the games themselves, I don't think they used the anime voice. The last game I played was Cyber Sleuth, and it was all Japanese audio with English text. So whoever voiced Agumon in Japanese voiced Agumon. So it would also be kind of interesting to see a duo, like an Ice Climbers duo between Agumon and Gabumon, who turned into like Omnimon as their final smash.
Oh, okay.
And just like kind of like float stage, like shooting from like the arm cannon, and then like settling on the side, and just like slashing with the sword, and then just like defusing into two again. That'll never happen, but that's a cool idea. Hey, it's a never ever.
Mm-hmm.
They put Cosmos in Project Crosszone 2 and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but that's all I know of her. Project
I thought
Crosszone-
she was a Xenoblade character. She's a Xenosaga, which is different, right? Because I thought she was actually from the Xenoblade series. But
Obese Rob says Banjo and Sora are probably tied for most likely character. I don't know about Sora.
I wish I was that confident about Sora, man. I think he is somewhat likely, but
He's likely in the realm of the handful of characters to expect, but because only one, maybe two if we're lucky, will be picked from that handful, that's what makes me lean against him. Now, if we were getting like a Square Enix Fighter Pass where we got 5 Square Enix characters, I would expect Sora.
Oh yeah.
It's just it comes down to we'll probably get just one more Square character, maybe a third. I say third because we have Cloud. We might get a third if we get another Future Fighter Pass. But I wouldn't expect more than that unless they kept pumping out fighter passes. So it really comes down to the competition between which Square Enix characters are more likely. And whereas I think Sora has a good chance amongst most Square Enix characters, I still believe that there's a handful of others that would be chosen first, especially because of the licensing. Like, it's easier. Like Erdrick, for example, Square Enix would be, not only would they be more likely to want to push their popular Japan series over in a game for Western audiences, but it's also less licensing on their part. So it's just like, in their eyes, a win-win. But then again, they're no strangers to shooting down win-wins by not putting in Geno.
This is true.
So
and only giving us 2 Final Fantasy songs.
Do not understand the thinking of these companies.
Yeah.
Like, Sakurai asks, can I use your character in my fighting game back in the Brawl days? What's it costing Square? It's like, do we want $0 or do we want profit? $0, profit. This is a tough one. You know what? We don't like money. Let's just go with 0. Sorry, you can't use it. Like, it really annoys me with how confusing that is. Like, with how baffling that is. I'm just rambling on and on. I know you gotta go Alpha. I know. I'm just...
Which, yeah, that's what I've heard about Erdrick. There's so many loopholes they would have to go through because there's so many people that own certain songs. There's so many people that own certain aspects of the character. Hey, Dan, it was an accident.
Yeah,
There's
we didn't realize there was
problems.
going to be a part 2 either. My computer just decided to go, stop.
No.
I got to reset due to some unknown error.
But, yeah, I feel like Sora would be a lot easier than... Hold on, is this better?
Yeah,
I feel like Sora would
I
be a
don't
lot
hear
better.
an echo, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
And that concludes the podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Pretty
At least
much.
as long as Drew is talking.
What does that mean?
As long as you're still talking, I'll stay here.
Then I will continue to talk forever. There will be no pause in my speaking. I will just keep talking until I have to breathe, and I don't have to breathe this very second. Okay, I have to breathe.
That reminds me, I watched a video today where, you know the song Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up? Someone did an edit of it, and it's every note is C, and it is like the most cringy, skin-crawling sound I've ever heard, because you want to sing along, but you can't because it's just "We're no strangers to love," and it's terrifying. And
But the actual song?
It's the song, but it's edited where every single note is the dude instead of do 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 do. It's like do 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 do.
Where'd you hear
it's
that?
Awful. It's on YouTube. But I have to link you the video. It's
monotone version.
Yeah, Never Gonna Give You Up is actually a really good song.
It is. Never
Yeah.
gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna copywritten.
Yeah. Which I think it's only if you actually have the music to it. So loopholes.
But anyway, yeah. At this point, we're just going on and on, and me specifically ranting about. I
don't understand it.
I don't understand. Seriously, I don't understand the thinking. But like, am I wrong? What? I mean, I'm not a marketing person, but if I was a giant corporation that had a bunch of different series, right, and one of them was like used to be popular, or maybe it failed, maybe it had poor sales, but someone came to me years later and was like, a lot of people like this character, and you'd have to be stupid to not know that unless you just don't use social media. But someone comes to you with a very popular game series, might I add you, a fighting series that's very popular, and they're like, we want this character from this old game we're going to do the work. We're going to put him in this game. Is that okay? How can you say no to that? How can you say no to that?
I know.
I don't understand why.
It's like,
it
sounds great, but...
Is that ego? Is that like an ego thing? Like, we're better than you? We'd rather make $0 than any profit.
We don't need your petty cash.
We don't need your money. We have our failed game.
We have our game that everyone in the West loves, except for like 5 people. But...
Not only that, but this game is more relevant than it ever has thanks to the SNES Classic. But no, you will never have a Gino. Jumbie! More chocolate icing! Oh, yes. Oh.
What? Yes,
there were bodies
chocolate icing on my body.
There were bodies everywhere. And then the explosion happened. Oh, zombie. More
humanity.
I wish I'd be a comedian. What was that line? Certainly in an opera? How ironically decadent, or something like that. Oh, well. Whatever.
Dude, I love Tim Hawkins. Yes, I love Tim Hawkins. I've heard of Tim Hawkins. I actually met Tim Hawkins. So...
We're comedians. What can I say?
What can you say, you know?
What can I say? Sleep with the cheeps. But I guess at this point, this is like the post show. That's still part of the show.
Thank you guys for coming back, too. We appreciate it.
Well, most of you came back when we're already done, but you could go back and listen to the past few minutes or however long. If you're watching this put together for whenever I potentially put this out on an app, there will be no pause. It'll just cut into us being like, I don't know what happened there. And the person, it'll be like you talking about Sans, like, oh, Sans, and then it'll be like, pretty much, it'll be like, oh, and then Sans is gonna, oh, I don't know what happened there. The person listening will be like, wait, what? Yeah, well, whatever. Anyway, guys, I guess that's it. I don't know. I guess that's it. It'd probably be easier to end if we didn't cut off in the middle. Because I kind of feel awkwardly... Not awkward, that's the wrong word. I kind of feel like everybody's kind of dripping back on now, being like, hey, they're still going. And it's like, bye, guys. So I almost feel guilty, like, logging off now. But it is late, so... All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.